What if the story you tell yourself is holding you back? I'm Abi Abbas. This is Step Out Podcast. Today, Thirdy Ravena and Nate Mason will break it down. We will dive into their careers and the lesson from their first EuroLeague season. Here we go. Let's get it. Guys, welcome here to Step Out Podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. I know Thirdy is waiting these episodes for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I remember he
All my life.
was following me at Bologna, my podcast, and you see, damn, I want to be there and talk with him.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Welcome,
Thanks for the invite.
guys.
I appreciate you, my guy.
Guys, I'm so happy to have you here because I think we had an amazing season last year, and I had the chance to see you guys, how you work, how you practice, how you prepare yourself for the games. So I want to know about your routine. You know, I'm really curious about that. Where does it come from? Your routine? Who start?
I'll start.
Yeah.
First, man, appreciate you having me, bro. It's an
Let's
honor,
go
my
with
dog.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
Yes, sir, ski.
Okay.
Mine started probably from high school.
Hmm.
You know, I had a trainer. His name was Coach Dennis Williams. His name is Coach Dennis Williams. That's my guy. You know, and he kind of brought it about me. You know, every morning we used to work out at 5:30 in the morning before practice. Before school. And I was in high school at this point. So he kind of installed that drive. You know, obviously my parents, my father and my mother, you know, they were very into my basketball career, but him personally, you know, he installed that drive into me. And, you know, it kind of was a mindset of like, try to never get tired, if that makes sense. You know, always be in the tip top shape. So, you know, every night, a lot of people say I'm crazy for it, but every night I like to run. You know, and it's
It's crazy.
You saw that at Coper.
You remember in
Yeah.
Copper?
Yeah.
I was like, Nate, where you going?
Yeah, man.
Bro, I'm going to run. Okay.
But nah, I just like to run. And I picked that part of it up after I got hurt. So I got hurt coming out of college. And I picked up some weight. When I picked up the weight, you know, because it was a hip surgery. So I couldn't really run or walk for about 6 months. And I couldn't find anything to get the weight off. So the only thing that really got the weight off was me becoming a vegetarian and also me running, doing a lot of cardio. So once I seen the progress of it, I seen my game coming back, my speed, you know, I just kept at it, you know. So sometimes it's overwhelming, sometimes it's overbearing, but, you know, I kind of just keep doing it just because it helped me at that time.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, just like Nate, I started out with my coach, my mentor, Mark Dickel, who used to play EuroLeague too, and now he went to the Philippines. When he came in for a professional team in the PBA, which is also a part of my dad's team. And it just so happened to be my school as well. So knowing that, like, I talked to him, he asked me if I wanted to work out. I was at college back then, and then he told me, okay, pull up at 5:30, same time as Nate. So he asked me to pull up at 5:30 in the morning. And then, yeah, we would just go. And then sometimes right after that practice with my mentor, Coach Mark, he would bring me to the professional teams practice to just like play with the big boys because I was in college back then. And then after that, like, it became like it became a routine. And then eventually after I graduated, my now trainer, Jolo Tamayo, we work out at pretty much the same time. So I get it going. And now I'm in Dubai. I'm with two coaches from the same company, Coach Sam and Coach Kyle. We work out at 8 in the morning, probably an hour, and then lift. Have breakfast. We go back to Element Hotel back then to have breakfast real quick, and then go to the facility again to work out. Then team practice at 12. Then we work out again at what time? Like 9?
Yeah, probably like 9. Shout
Probably
out to
at
K,
9.
man. That's my dog.
Shout out to
man.
my
That's
guys, man.
amazing, bro. Because
We work out
I
at
think
9.
because every time, you know that I love to come very early. And sometimes I see
Yeah.
you, I'm like, yeah, he's already workout. And sometimes I saw you with your personal trainer, and for me, it's amazing because a lot of people back home, they don't really understand, the process, how to be where we are now,
Yeah.
because some they just see the beauty, like on social media. They see us here with the swag doing podcasts, da, da, da. They see us on the great place, but actually before there is a lot of hard work,
Not a sacrifice.
Yes,
yeah.
it is, and that's why I bring you guys here, because I really love how you work and prepare yourself. And what's your opinion about, like, Nate? How was it to change completely to be a vegetarian? Like, how was it? Because I'm interested. Like,
It was tough. But I say like the first 2 weeks was the toughest. Once I got past the first 2 weeks, I started seeing results. I started seeing changes in my body, seeing changes in my mood. My energy started changing. So uh, you know how it is after an injury. After an injury, it's very tough. And
yeah,
once you start seeing some type of results and some type of progress, you kind of stick to it. So um, once I started seeing a little bit of progress, bro, it was just like, all right, cool, I'm gonna stick to this. Let me ride this all the way out. And it got to a point where it was almost unhealthy for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wasn't starving myself, but I was just so caught up on not eating any meat. You understand what I'm saying? So I would go days, or
why is look at you like that?
because that was crazy. That was
That's
crazy.
funny.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Like,
Nah, for real though.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
But I would go days without doing that. So sometimes my body would feel weak, but I kind of learned to adapt to it. And once I adapted to it, bro, I just felt at my best. I felt very agile. I felt very slithery. And when I'm at that, I feel like I'm at the top of my game. So even today, obviously different strength coaches have different philosophies. Different trainers have different philosophies and things like that. But I kind of stick to what I know. What got me here. And sometimes it's a clash. Sometimes people can accept it. As long as I perform, as long as I'm not a liability, I feel like they accept it.
and you, 30, what's your, like, changing that helps you to go in a upper level?
That change, I guess it's really about surrounding myself with people who, make me better. So for me, that decision to go to Dubai was what made me better as a player. Because the level is good in Asia, but European level is very, very different. From how fast everybody moves to how fast they pick up on plays to how fast they read the game. It's on a whole different level. So for me, it's all about surrounding yourself and putting yourself in a position to learn. Like I could have stayed in Asia, I could have made more money, and stayed there. But my real goal is, as of now, is to really just learn. So that's why I made that decision to go to Dubai. And I think, just like what you said in practice earlier, I feel like it's a really good payout. All that sacrifice when being farther from home, not being able to go home on breaks,
Mhm.
and taking that pay cut. Like right now, I think it's paying off, and for me, it's more worth it in the long run. Just having this experience with you guys, even like last year, I still feel like it's a movie. So I'll be honest.
That's what you make also feel us about this sometimes.
Right. So it's a great opportunity for me, and I'm happy. And so, but that's what I think made me a better player, is really surrounding myself with
Yeah,
people like you guys.
that's why this morning I told you that I can see you way better than last year. Like, but I'm not talking about skills, because skills you can. I think nowadays everybody can do crossover.
Yeah.
Not everybody. No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Everybody can do crossover, step back, shooting trees. But to understand the game and get better on that, I think is the next level. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
And I have to give you flowers because it was not easy to this transition for you.
Yeah.
Because it was,
sure.
I think it's completely different Asia with Europe.
Yeah. Just the playing time alone is very different. So,
Yeah.
but it's, it's all about that sacrifice. You sacrifice a year to be better in the next,
2-3
I don't know
years.
how many years I have left in
Yes.
basketball, but it's to prepare myself for the rest of my career. And I think it's a sacrifice that I'm happy I made.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it's not all about money. What do you think? Like some choice, you can also take some choice also because, as he said, to make you get better in the future. Did you ever take that type of choice? Like, okay, I go in that team to take less money, but I know that if I go there, I can do better stats. I can get better. Did you ever that? Did you
Yeah.
ever that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna say specifically when, but yeah, for sure. And I agree with you 100%. Like 30 said, it's about sacrifice. Especially when you get to this level. When you get here, you're gonna have to accept the role. You're not always gonna be that guy. You're not always gonna be the person taking the step back. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he's right.
and it was, I think that transition for me was really tough. And but I knew I could do it. I knew I wanted my job to be easier. Going out there every day, trying to score 20 or 30 points, I knew it wasn't efficient, especially on my body and to get wins, at the point guard position. I'd rather have a guy like you or 30 on my wing where I can like, okay, cool, I can get off the ball. He can bring it up. If I need a clutch bucket, I can give it to him in the post. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of me running off
This guy, man.
a lot of pick and rolls, it's kind of tough. Not even kind of tough. It's really tough, but obviously that's what we get paid for. Tough jobs and stuff like that. So, I embrace it, but I'm definitely grateful to be around a great group of guys. Somebody can really help me.
Can you imagine it's your first season? It's gonna be the first season in EuroLeague. And you're gonna be the
first.
Say it.
The first.
Just say it, please. Say it, please, bro.
Embrace that.
We'll say it when it's there.
Okay.
Let's say it when it's there.
But you're part of the team. That means something,
It means a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
And this is also another reason why you're here. And when you find out about we were gonna be in EuroLeague, how was your reaction inside of you?
Damn. That was the first thing. I'll be honest, it still doesn't feel real seeing all these guys. Not even everyone's here yet, but it still feels like an amazing environment. It's like the sacrifice you did to go out here. It's not really a sacrifice, but it's an opportunity that I took to be out here. It's really paying off, and I'm really grateful, just to be around you guys. People that make me better, people that really push me, people that are there on the side that are on your side trying to cheer you on. It means a lot, man. More than being in the EuroLeague, more than, accolades or being the first of whatever. It's really just having a great group of guys who are there to support you and you could call your brothers, man. So to me, that's what I'm really proud of.
What about you? What was the reaction? Your reaction?
I'm supposed to be here.
30 gonna speak my mind, but humbling, bro. To be honest, in America, I think now we're making that transition to where we're understanding how big overseas basketball is.
I agree.
But at first, we kind of looked down on overseas basketball, and my main goal was never to come play EuroLeague. Not saying it's not a goal now, but before I knew anything about overseas basketball, it was always NBA, So
because it's the only thing
that's the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
So once I got here, I had a new goal, and this year I was able to obtain that goal. So it's like any other goal, once you accomplish something, you're proud.
Mm-hmm.
You're proud, and it doesn't take away that I just made the goal 7-8 years ago. It's still a goal that was very hard to get to. It took a lot of sacrifice. And
how many years did it take you to your first EuroLeague season?
6, 7. This is my 7th year overseas.
7, man.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of years, you know.
It's a lot of years because EuroLeague is like what I feel is like it's tough to get inside, you know.
Yeah.
But then when you are inside and you do your job, you play good, then nobody can take you out.
For sure.
That's what I feel.
I think so too. I went China though.
Oh yeah.
So I went China after my first year overseas, and I think obviously I was blessed, you know, to get the opportunity to go there. But you know, I think if I didn't go China, I would be there a little bit earlier. You know, China is really down, overlooked as well. You know, especially by the European market. You know, they don't really like the Chinese league and stuff like that.
Why you say that? Like,
it's the truth.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the truth. You know, let's say I started at level 2 Europe. Once I went to China, you know, before I went to China, I was going to go level 4, you know, something like just, you know, putting it out there. I had to start back at level 1 or level 2 once I left China. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not respected.
Okay.
You know, so it's like you have to start all the way over to reprove yourself, show people that you can play on the Europe level.
You think they think like that because they don't really follow China League? And I don't think China is that easy to play.
It's not easy, but it's a different game. Completely different game.
Yeah.
You know? And in reality, you know, the imports are actually go over there to win. You know, obviously that's the main goal.
Drop 40.
But you got to score.
Yeah, you got to score.
You got to score. You got to break double teams. You got to be able to shoot over 2 people, you know, rebound.
And they strong too.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and those Chinese guys, they play hard. And they're skilled, you know, so it's not as easy as people make it out to seem. You know, you're just getting a lot of more touches. You know, you're able to shoot 30, 40 shots. You dig what I'm saying? So obviously your points and everything is going to look okay. You can get those amount of shots, you know, but compared to over here, you got to be efficient. You know, you got to learn how to play. You got to know how to play the game, defense, offensively. And
you got to be ready. When coach calls you, you got to ready. You got to be ready.
100%. Whether you're playing the first quarter or the fourth quarter, he puts you in. You might not be playing the whole game.
Yeah. You don't have 2, 3, 4 minutes
to warm up. 0. Absolutely.
How was it your experience in Japan?
Well, in Japan, I mean, it was definitely I had more touches, had more minutes.
I'm sorry for that because everybody talking me crazy about you in Japan. Like,
why?
Because you play amazing. This is like
Russell Westbrook, hard, man. Like
Westbrook of Philippines.
But it's the same. Like how I play here is basically how I play in Japan. I just get like a little bit more opportunity, a little bit more burn with the time. So in Japan, I mean, obviously my build is a little bit bigger than the usual, like the locals and even some of the Asian player quotas players. So there I had more opportunity. It was a little bit easier for me to do what I want to do. And I had the longer leash, you know, when I play there. But, you know, in the European level, it's different, you know. Not everyone can make mistakes. Like you gotta do everything basically perfectly for me to be able to get my opportunities out here. So Japan was amazing though. They had love, a lot of games, but yeah, it was a great opportunity. I mean, the team allowed me to do what I want to do. And I feel like as a player, you know, having that green light or that approval of the coach is like, it improves your game from like, let's say from I play around 20%. If coach gives you the green light, you could play it to, I don't know, however. That confidence, you know, the confidence that you get really brings out the best in you as well. So that right now, that's what I'm trying to earn. I know it's a different market in Europe. You got to earn every single second that you're on the court. So that's the challenge. So, yeah.
And now I'm going a little bit outside the court. How you feel like to be like, how you said? Because here in Dubai, there is a lot of Philippines. How you feel about that? Like everybody knows you. Everybody knows how you play. Everybody asks to us, you know him, you play with him. Like, how you feel about that? Like,
well, of course, like
you represent the country. That's amazing. Yeah, everywhere you go, like even when we go in, I don't want to say the word, like in the small cities around Europe, you got like 5-6 people come to see you. Like that's a dream, like, right?
Yeah, that's
Imagine
fire,
to
bro.
have that. Everywhere you go, there is a group of people that come to see you.
For sure, man. I mean, I'm blessed. You know, that's one thing about being Filipino is we're really proud of each other, regardless of what I do. If you see Filipinos, we always treat each other like family, even though we don't know each other. I think that's the mentality that we have. But I mean, it's surreal to play out in Dubai because I played in Japan where there are a couple thousand of Filipinos. But in Dubai with
It's deep, right?
yeah, it's a lot, a whole lot of Filipinos, and everyone's really just trying to be there to support you. You know, I know, like, I'll be honest, I didn't play that much last season, but people still pulled up every single game. They were cheering, they were there for the team, and it's such a great feeling to be able to represent your country in a different country. That's what my pride, like, that's what gives me pride. You know, just being seen as a representation of a country and trying to bring out, you know, trying to be your best self. Trying to give everyone who came to the game just everything that you got whenever you're on the court, just to show them how much you're thankful. So yeah, I mean, it's a great blessing. You know,
Yeah.
it's a real
What
blessing.
you think about that, Nate?
That's fire, bro. That's fire. That's like a dream, you know, and he living it. You know, I tell him all the time, bro, keep doing it. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
No
so
matter what
no
the
matter what,
other guys said.
keep doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
People that look up to him, you know, so for him to always be, you know, himself and always be a light in the room, you know, that says a lot about him, you know, so you got to always give your flowers to guys like that. Keep him close, man. He's a good friend, you know what I'm saying? So it means a lot.
Yeah. And you, what about you, Nate? Like how they see your career, your experience here in Dubai, your first EuroLeague season, how they see you back home? Because sometimes us as a player, we don't really stop 5 minutes and think about, damn, I make a good thing in my career, right?
Yeah.
So how they see your career, your until now back home, if they follow.
I mean, it's a lot of people that's happy for me, you know. You know, being from Decatur, the east side of Atlanta, you know, it's kind of a small city where everybody kind of knows everybody, you know. So especially if you play sports, you know, everybody knows you, you know. So going home and stuff like that, you know, like I said, we never really knew about overseas, you know, and I feel like there's some other guys that went overseas like Marshawn Brooks, Andrew Golak,
Okay.
you know, those type of guys.
Segala?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I play with him in Milan.
Sniper. That was my favorite player growing up right there, him and Marshawn. But you know, guys like that, you know, they kind of shed the light on overseas before, you know, so I would like to say, you know, I'm a player, you know, from my city that's kind of shedding the light again, you know, showing the young guys that it's other ways to kind of not just make an income, but do what you love, you know, not just the NBA, you know. So a lot of people respect that, and you know, and I'm starting to feel the fruits of the labor, you know, that I am doing over here, you know. So it feels good, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it doesn't. I don't feel it, you know, but it feels really good, and I'm humbled, you know,
Yeah.
to be in that position,
Yeah.
you know. So
Because when you play far away from your home country,
yeah,
it's, I feel like people, they don't really follow you. Like they ask you, did you play when you like when you play at home? They know everything, you know, because you're there. So that's why I ask you guys this type of question, because I don't know in your country how they see
yeah.
Europe style. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what else? Thirdy, talk to me about your brother. I'm really interested about that
My
because
brother.
yeah, because you talk about often about your brother. How's your relationship with him?
Good. I mean, this summer he got married, and I feel like this whole thing, like this whole summer, allowed us to be closer to each other on a different level now. Because before, growing up, we would always have that, like, how do you say this, like that competitive barrier you know, like you always try to, you don't say it, but you always try to one up each other, you know, like it's always about, oh yeah, he did this, so I gotta do this, did this, so I gotta do this. So, but growing up, he's always been an inspiration for me. You know, I see him
So he's
as,
older.
yeah, 3 years older.
Okay.
That's right.
So growing up, I basically, he leads by example. So I see what he does and it inspires me. I mean, we're very different players. He's more of a cerebral player. I'm more of the physically gifted player. So just even knowing that fact that he has a different game, I could still pick up on a lot of things with how he reads the game, how he plays, how he manipulates like the situation to make it his advantage. That's what I like about him, because you don't see players like that often, and just to have one as a brother is amazing, you know, and a real amazing guy off the court as well, even a more amazing guy off the court. And yeah, I mean, to him, for me, he's still my role model. You know, even to this day, I still see him as a figure that I try to emulate, even off the court, with how he is as a person. So definitely, I mean, flowers to my brother. So shout out Manong. Always been there for the family ever since, and he had an amazing summer as well. He hung out. He was with the Jordan BOG program where they all went in Greece. You know, they were.
Yeah.
He was there?
He was
That was
out in
dope.
Greece with Michael Jordan, Luka Doncic.
Can you talk about
Zion.
something?
Man, I mean, basically they were there for 3 days or 3 or 4 days, and all the Jordan ambassadors, pretty much everyone. I don't think Russell Westbrook was there, Chris Paul and Jason Tatum were there, but everyone else were there. And yeah, I mean, they had like little, you know, retreat
Old white.
activities.
I saw that.
I seen
all
the
the
pictures.
same. They had
That was
this
tough.
one crazy picture that they had was crazy, where they had everyone in a photo, and Michael Jordan was out front, and you could see him. He wasn't too far off, and that photo just, I don't even think it's real. Like, it feels like just to be in that photo was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Rip
fire.
Hamilton, everyone, like all
And
the legends were
Hamilton
there.
too?
Yeah,
That's fire, bro.
so
That's
it was
fire.
fire, man.
That's
Just to come from a place where, you know, where I don't think he told Michael Jordan he shouldn't be there, but Jordan told him, like, you know, no one gets here without my approval, right? So that's when he felt like, yeah, kind of belong, and you know, you
Big.
get that cosign from Michael Jordan, and it's crazy.
Gotta embrace
But
that.
now, yeah, so you got to
Yeah,
embrace
because
that.
Jordan athlete is not so many.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah.
There's 3 in Asia, I think, and then the rest are in America. I don't know about the other parts of the world, but mostly NBA.
Yeah, of
So
course.
the Asian is Rui Hachimura, my brother, and someone from China. He
Dope.
has his own
Right.
PE too. He has a second PE coming out, which is
Size 11,
crazy.
size 11.
I got you.
Man,
But yeah.
that's dope. And talk to me about how hard is from Philippines to become like a pro. Like, is that hard? Is not hard? Tell me about it.
In the Philippines, to be pro in the Philippine in the PBA, or the Philippine Basketball Association, I mean, it's tough because there's a whole, you know, our population's 120 million.
You're right.
You got about 14 teams, if I'm not mistaken.
And basketball is the first sports, right?
Yeah, that's like a religion to us. So just to be there is definitely difficult. But to even go overseas is also like another challenge for us, you know, like I'm so happy that we were able to break that barrier of having overseas Filipino players now. Because
Right.
back then there was nobody that was playing, and then being given that opportunity for me to play in Japan as the first one, just, you know, more than being the first, it's always about allowing other people, breaking that door open for everyone else to go. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest pride. More than being the first, it's always about the doors you open for the next generation. You know, that's like, because as a player, you think about legacy, and you know, you got to think about what you want to leave behind. And I'm fortunate enough to, I think I would call that my legacy, is to be able to give that door to the other players as well. So yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult to play basketball in the Philippines, but yeah, being overseas is also definitely a blessing.
And what about in United States?
Say it again. My bad, bro. I went blank.
Don't worry, bro. I said to him a few moments ago that how difficult it is to become a pro in from Philippines. So I want to know how difficult, or maybe it's not difficult, to become a pro in the United States, because as you said before, everybody look NBA, just NBA. But then you realize that after college you got also Europe. So how difficult it is also to change a country?
Yeah,
How difficult it is?
it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like that's why we kind of overlooked overseas, because we really weren't able to, accept that challenge, if that makes sense. Leaving your country, at first, you know, probably your first gig overseas, it's not going to be that worth a lot of money. I think I read a story about Kevin Punter, where he started very low in a division where he was making, maybe $2,000 per month. And, for some people, that's not enough money, for you to leave your family. Maybe people got kids, people got to take care of their parents, other obligations, it's kind of hard to leave for $2,000, but, it pays out. If you look at him, prime example, one of the best players in EuroLeague, probably one of the highest paid players now, he stuck it out when he was supposed to, so I say that aspect of it is very difficult, just coming over here, leaving your family, not knowing how far this could take you. I tell a lot of guys now, just stick with it. It might be a simple comment, but it goes a long way, because, it's a lot of guys now, like I said, overseas is starting to come up even more in conversations in America, so
Thanks also for social media.
for sure, 1000%.
They see how the environment is, how dope it is.
Mhm.
Like this year, we in the EuroLeague we got like a lot of ex NBA guys.
Mhm.
Like they just played last year in
Yeah.
NBA and they just came in EuroLeague. That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm glad that door is opening up for us, because at first, it was always a stigma on us, like we couldn't play over here, and I don't think it's comical, I think it was just people's opinions. And I'm glad that we're kind of coming over here showing that we're able to do that. If you look at guys like Kendrick Nunn, Kevin Punter, guys like that, TJ Shorts, who's kind of taking over the EuroLeague, obviously it's a lot of great European guys, and they're really good and they set the tone for this EuroLeague level. But to see those guys like that, some of those guys I played against growing up, it's good to see that, and it opens the doors, for guys like me. It gives me confidence, like, okay, cool, I can do it, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult though,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
Sure.
going back, like 10 years ago or something like that, one of your first experience, because I feel like for a lot of American players, like their first experience is kind of like hard, because they have to produce, they have to
Yeah.
get bucket, they have to make a stats, because if it's not, they're gonna take another player. Did you ever felt that, like you one of your first experience, or
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, 1000%.
And how you handle it? Like,
It's crazy, bro. I had a crazy like journey. Just to, briefly talk about it. My first year in Europe was during COVID. So I left the G. So going back to college, I got hurt coming out of college. So I had surgery, so I didn't do any workouts for NBA. I didn't do any summer league. So I was out for 8 months. And Texas G League team wanted me to come. So I come with them. I finished the year off. I think I was there for 3 weeks. They wanted me to come back. So I came back the next year. I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready. Played really well. And it was call up time. I didn't get a call up. So I'm like, all right, cool, I gotta find something different. So I got a gig in Hapoli Lot, Israel. And I think I was making like $6,500 a month. And you know, compared to the G, you like, all right, cool, I'm getting some money. You know, all right, cool, that's good. So I went over there and only played 2 games. COVID happened. So once COVID happened, they sent everybody back home. So we was done with that year. And now, so like, I'm 3 years out of college now. I probably played maybe 4 or 5 games, you know, not, you know, just in Europe. So I was almost done. I was almost just ready to just get a regular job, start
For
training.
real?
Yeah, bro, I was. I was. I
You know, that's what's crazy about a lot of players from the States. A lot of them have like these almost retired stories.
Yes.
Where they're like, a lot of them almost stopped basketball and they're
Right.
incredibly talented players.
Bro, I was almost done.
How? Yeah, this.
I'm
a
down. It's crazy,
thing.
bro. I'm downstairs. I'm living with my parents at the time, and downstairs chilling with a couple of my homies. We just down there just chilling in the basement. My pops come down there, right? He look at me like, man, what you doing? You know, just like that. What you doing? And I'm like, you know, me, I'm just sulking in my sorrow a little bit, you know? And he like get on me like, man, you can't go overseas like that. You gotta make a living. You gotta do something. So I got a deal probably a week after that to go to Afterdoor in Russia. It was a 2-year deal. So I signed that not knowing anything about Europe. You know, I had bad advice, you know,
And
from
Russia is completely
you know,
different.
exactly. So, but I was just excited to get back playing. So that first year, maybe within the first 3 months while I was in Russia, I had everybody calling. And I couldn't get out my deal. You know, so the only teams that can get me out my deal was China. So that's what made me go to China for 2 years and things like that. So, but yeah, I was almost done, bruh.
That's crazy.
I was
man.
almost
That's
done,
crazy.
bruh.
Could you imagine Nate not playing right now?
I was
I
almost
can't.
done, bruh. I was about to
Nah,
like,
man.
all right, cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna chalk it up.
who really helps you in that moment, like to not waste all your years working out? Like, who's the person? Like, it gotta be something.
It gotta be, I would say my father and my mother, you know, because they dedicated their whole life to just
To
me
bring you there.
and my sister. You dig what I'm saying? So for me to give up on that would be like I'm giving up on them. Although they wouldn't care if I stopped hooping. You know, I just knew how much they poured into it and I knew how much more I had to offer. You know, so just, you know, my pops, man, just shout out to Pops, man. You know, I ain't never really get on camera talk about Pops, but Pops, you know, he gave his all. You know, he was there with me from the start to the finish. And my mother let him be a father to do that, you know? So he pushed me hard. You know, sometimes I ain't like it. Sometimes we argue. Sometimes we fought. But, you know, I wouldn't be nowhere near I'm at without him. You dig what I'm saying?
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, for sure.
It's amazing.
So,
Congrats, bro.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Shout out to Pops,
Congrats
man.
to
My
your
dog,
parents.
man.
Yeah.
For sure.
And learning from your parents, how you gonna like teach your son like growing up? Did you ever had the idea how you wanna handle him in the future?
Yeah.
You wanna take example of your parents, or you wanna do another way?
No disrespect to my pops. You know, I'm glad he did it the way he did it, but I think I want to go about it differently. You know, obviously I'm gonna be on him hard, but I'm not gonna force him to play any type of sport. You know, whatever he wants to do, whether it be a lawyer, a doctor. You know, I'm gonna give him the access to show me that he wants to do that. You know, especially in today's world, man, it's tough. You know, to raise a child,
It's
especially
different generation.
different. It's scary. You know, it's scary to be in this world, bro, knowing you got a young man that you got to raise to turn into a man eventually. You know, it's tough, you know, and I'm going to try to protect him from a lot of stuff, you know, but at the same time, I got to let him experience that. You know, I got to let that leash go to an aspect of where it's like, you're going to fall, but you got to learn how to get up too, if that makes sense, you know, so I don't know, you know, I think you would know more than me, you know, obviously you having a family as well. How do you do it?
Man, is a very crazy question, because I kind of like watch what's going on outside,
Mhm.
and see what's the things that I don't like maybe go in dinner and leave your kid there and watch the phone for 2 hours and play games. No, I don't want to do that. I want my daughters, now just one because the other one, she's too young. I want my daughter talk with us. Even let's say if she's here with you guys, I want she talk with you because that's the perfect timing that she can learn how to communicate with other people that she doesn't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is my thing because I saw a lot of people that just leave their kids. Okay, stay there, do your thing with the phone. Me is a crazy thing.
Yeah.
So I can imagine these kids in 20 years, they are used to stay on the table and stay on the phone for 2 hours. Imagine that.
It's tough.
Yes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to study what's going on outside and kind of like take to me and decide what to do with my daughters, and then we are trying to do our best. Sometimes we're doing good, sometimes we're doing bad. I think as a parents, you don't learn to be a parent before you became a father, right?
No, not at all.
You learn during the time because every kid is different.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
You see one is more chill, more calm. The other one is crazy.
For sure.
The one he likes red, the other one likes blue. And then you gotta figure it out,
Yeah.
But now for me, it's easy because they're young. We're gonna see in the next 10, 15 years. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
For sure.
This and that. Anyway, what about you, Thirdy? Beside your brother, what's the people that really helps you to become the guy that you are, the man, that you are now, or to be in the position that you are now? Who was it?
Just like Nate, definitely my parents. I was raised differently. It's like my mom had a different style, my dad had a different style, but together, I think it worked. Somehow, and I'm very fortunate to have such supportive parents growing up. They're always the parents that are always in the games. They try to show, they pull up every single time that they can. Even with the national team, when I would be, we would play overseas. My mom would be watching. She would go with us just to watch. She would go with us throughout the whole trip. So off the court, we're with each other pretty much most of the time as well. So I'm just blessed to have very supportive parents that really pushed me. It was pretty much a good cop, bad cop. My dad was bad cop, obviously. Like he was really trying to. He
hoop your head?
Huh? Yeah, he made me work out like nonstop.
No. I mean, like in the home, you hoop your head. Or?
Sure. Man. Oh, sorry, Dad, not to out you out like that. But shout out, Papa. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely tough love with him. Like he would always try to push me to my limit. We would be outside like working out, and I'd just be like, I'm too tired, I can't do it. And he's like, do one more. And then that's what really gave me that mentality of working hard, like I feel like when I work, it's not enough. Like in a good way, where you got to work even more to get what you want. Because he's a professional basketball player as well.
He was?
Yeah, he was. So he had yeah, so it's pretty. So he pretty much knows what to do to get me to where I'm at. And yeah, I mean, it's like what Nate said. Not always did you guys get along. There would always be arguments. There would always be fights. Disalignment with ideas. But at the end of the day, you try to compromise and make it work. So my parents and my brother for sure.
Did your father ever play in a national team?
Yeah, him and my mom actually met at the national team. My mom was a volleyball player, and my dad was a basketball player.
Combo.
So they met, and now my youngest sister also plays volleyball. So everyone's a pro athlete in the family.
Oh, that's fire.
That's fire.
So it's an athletic family, I guess.
That's where you get your jumping ability.
I get both of them. Yeah,
that's hard.
My dad was a dunk champion too, so
that's crazy how parents it's not crazy. Like these tell you that parents are really important for for
Sure.
kids and teenage, and so on are very important. Like,
Sure.
and man, it's crazy stories. I love that.
You come from an athletic family?
My mother, she was playing tennis, but where she grew up in Togo, because she's a Nigerian, but she grew up in Togo. It was a very poor place back then, so she never. But she was athletic. My father, she always played soccer, so that's why you see me kicking the ball
yeah,
every
yeah.
fucking time.
That's hard.
Sorry for the words.
You on air, dog.
Yeah, we're gonna put the beep, and so yeah, like not professional, but the two parents that they really love sports. Actually, when I was young, I want to drive, go karts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I want to try
F1
like
driving?
F1, but my father said, two reasons you cannot make it. First of all, we don't have enough money. Second of all, you're gonna become like a 6'6", 6'7". So,
Is there like a height to it?
Hmm?
You can't be too tall.
I mean, if you look the
Cars.
standard driver of F1 is 180. Let's say from 170 to 180. So,
Be too
Yeah.
tall then.
and he's like
It's
the
narrow.
space. Yeah, it's narrow.
Yeah, it's
And
tough.
it just fits perfectly. So
Did you
can
ever
be-
see the F1 car? Like,
Yeah, I've
man,
seen.
it's a monster.
Yeah.
I love cars.
That's
These lovely
hard, though.
cars, man.
Yeah, I
That's
love
hard.
cars. You love cars?
A little bit. I'm not like really intelligent with cars, but
Mhm.
I do like a nice car when I see
But
one.
you like just for flexing? Like,
No, not for flexing. I prefer vintage cars more than.
Oh, for real?
I would flex vintage cars.
What about you, though?
Nah, I ain't really too much into cars.
Uh-huh.
I'm chill. I'm a pretty straightforward person, bro. I'm chill.
Yeah, me, I love car, but I love like I have to find the right word. The engineering behind,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the horsepower, how they
Getting
made
like
it,
real technical.
Yeah, the technical, Yeah, that's
I
why.
feel that.
Why you laugh, bro?
No, I'm just smiling. Man. I feel that. I just said
Man, and Thirdy, can you share with us one of your craziest story outside the court? If you
Outside the
need
court?
time, you can take your time. I want to
Like
know.
what type of story is this? Like
PG-13, dog.
any-
PG-13, bro.
anything crazy? I was with Nate one time.
Nah, don't say
No,
that.
no,
Don't say that. Don't say that. Nah, not me.
I'm just playing.
So you can think about it too. One
Ah,
of your
cool.
craziest
Craziest
stories.
story. The craziest thing that happened in my career was when I was in college. Coming out of high school, I was the number one player. I was the MVP of the high school league, and then coming into college, I thought I was the man. You come in as a freshman, you think you could do whatever you want. But basically, like what happened was I turned into a bench player, and I failed my classes, so I had to redshirt a year. And not be able to practice with the team for a year. So I had to do everything by myself. And that was probably one of the lowest points in my life where I felt like basketball and like school were both down and I had nothing going on for me for a whole year. So that was a tough year for me. But then in my last year in college, the Asian import player quota opened up for Japan. So it ended up like falling into a good time and like just everything just aligned by that. And by that year, we had our third championship. It was my third finals MVP that year. And yeah, I mean, like everything just aligned from then on. But then like looking back, you think like it was a terrible year, but you then come to realize that everything happens for a reason. And because of that year that I failed, I'm technically now in Dubai. So that's everything. It made everything perfectly aligned with each other. And
That's
I think like it just goes to show that everything is in its perfect timing.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
That's crazy.
For real.
Whether
That's
you're,
crazy.
like if I had stayed, I probably would have gotten a first round pick in the PBA, and I would have signed maybe 2 or 3 year contract.
And then
And who knows if I would have been able to get out.
Did you ever
like,
try for summer league NBA?
No, never.
Never.
My brother did, but not me. Oh no, he played in the D League back then. Yeah,
Okay.
but me, I never tried. I had to be good in the Philippines first before I had to be good in the States. And you know how the types of players that you see, like Nate and everyone else, is on a different level. So back then I was still focused on just trying to be a better player in the Philippines. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, all the timing and everything. So I would say that's the craziest thing that happened.
What about you, man?
I don't really have too many crazy, stories that happen. I'll probably say my craziest experience probably had to be Puerto Rico. Just playing out there, bro. It was shout out to my San Germán fans, everybody in Puerto Rico.
It's nice to play there, man.
It was
When
lovely.
they start to cheer,
It was
when
lovely.
they put their music.
Yeah, I felt like I was Puerto Rican.
Come on,
Real, bro. Nah, for real. I ain't gonna lie. All seriousness, bro. Puerto Rico was probably my like the most fun I ever had playing, you know? And I say that because, they embraced me. Obviously, I'm light-skinned, tattoos, so I kind of look Puerto Rican. But, they really embraced me out there. I played for a small city, San Germán. They were at the bottom of the division. But they had a lot of history with their club, so way, way back in the day, they were winning a lot of championships. And, the city was just really dead. And me and Rondé Hollis Jefferson, he plays. That's my dog. Shout out my dog. We were the imports. And we came and we just changed the whole city around. At first it was probably like 40 people, 50 people. No exaggeration, like 60 people at the game. And then they started seeing how hard we played, how good we could be, how crazy we clicked. And we just went on this crazy run for like 3 years. And we went to the championship. I got hurt. Rest in peace to Granny. She passed away. And my sister came out there. And when my sister came out there, my sister, my baby. It's my baby. She's 27, I'm 30. So, she always looked up to me, and when I left to go to college, she was home by herself, and just me going into college, I didn't have that in my mind that I needed to be there for her as well. I was so focused on making my impact basketball wise, I kind of forgot about her. And, being overseas, bro, it doesn't allow you to get closer with your family. So being able to play in Puerto Rico, I was able to bring my family there. I say my craziest experience, my best experience hooping was that time spending with my sister. Because obviously we grew up together, but she grew into her own woman, grew into my own man. She went to the University of Miami. I was in Minnesota. Every time she come, I go, so we never really had that time to kind of click as adults, so I was able to really hear her. I was able to really see her as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And my respect level for her went completely up, and that's why I say Puerto Rico was probably the craziest and the best experience I ever got, because I was able to get closer with my family. I was able to build that relationship, bro, and that's something that you can never be taken away.
Sure.
So, for sure.
But yeah, also the other one that you said that you almost quit basketball, that was crazy too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I can't imagine Nate quitting basketball right now, man.
I was almost done, man. He come downstairs and, I might have went out or something. I might have said.
That's crazy. Guys, I enjoy so much this episode, man. I did a lot of episodes, but this is my first time that I bring two teammates together. So I thought it was doesn't working out, but it was amazing to enjoy with you guys, and I hope that who follow you guys in social media and other places, I hope they're gonna enjoy it. They're gonna take something from themselves to learn, how to become, you know, one day somebody, you know. So,
Sure.
man, congrats, guys.
Thank you, man.
Congrats, and
Thanks for having us. Had a ball, man. I thought I was gonna be late, but right
let's
now
do
I
the
really-
handshake also with you, bro. I
Thank
tweet.
you,
That's
sir.
fire though. That's fire though. But nah, for real though,
Yeah.
appreciate you having us, bro.
Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
Both of you guys are good team, amazing teammates, man. Brothers off the court. Nate, one of the most generous people I know, taking care of even of the kids at the club. He taking care of them, looking out for everyone. Abi, always there. That guy who's always on your side, cheering you on, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Means a lot.
Peace.
Yes, sir, Ski.